Hey, it's another third Thursday of the month, and we have a new version of GitLab. 17.4 comes with more than 220 improvements across dual capabilities and security, among other improvements. I would like to give a shout out to our MVP for 17.4, Ashish Thakkar, who has closed 46 issues and merged 119 MRs this year. Thank you, Ashish, and the rest of the GitLab open source contributors who are co-creating GitLab. Let's check out some of the new features in 17.4. Duo suggestion is now more context aware using the content of open tabs. This improvement of code suggestions uses the content of your open editor tabs to provide more relevant and accurate recommendations. We've all been in situations where we have several open tabs and switch between them to remember what we added a few moments ago. Now with dual code suggestions, you switch contextless and focus on the part of the application you are working on. Another feature I am excited about is advanced SAST, so, static application security testing. The current SAST offering use tools like SemGrep to analyze your code for vulnerabilities, and you end up with false positives sometimes. Advanced SAST is a new scanner powered by the technology we acquired from Oxeye earlier this year, and its features include source detection, sync detection, cross-function analysis, cross-file analysis, and sanitizer detection. You can learn more about all of this in the overview video created by Fernando Diaz, a senior developer advocate at GitLab, showcasing how to leverage advanced SAST. Another security feature in 17.4 is the ability to hide CI/CD variables in the UI. Sometimes you might not want anyone to see the value of a variable after it's saved in project settings. You can now select the new masked and hidden visibility option when creating the variable. This permanently marks the value of the variable in CI/CD settings in the UI, and to change the value, you will need to recreate it. This is important, especially when a number of people have access to the project settings, or in situations where, who knows, there's a compromise, your secrets are still saved. Another awesome feature in 17.4 is the availability of the extension marketplace in the Web IDE. You can now bring some of the extensions that power your workflow in the desktop version of Visual Studio Code to the Web IDE. Only extensions that are compatible with the web are supported. To get started, you can enable the extension marketplace in the integrations section of your user preferences. For enterprise users, only users with the owner role for a top level group can enable the extension marketplace. Other notable improvements in 17.4 include auto merge of MRs when all the necessary checks are passed. These can be approvals, unresolved threads, pipelines, and other items that need to be satisfied. Once they all check out, the MR merges. This eases the need to keep track of MRs, especially when you have a lot of them. And as an engineering manager or a reviewer, you want to make sure there are no delays or you are not a blocker to some of this merging. Now, Duo Chart also now helps you summarize issue discussions. We have all been there where you stumble on an issue and it has hundreds of discussions. Where do you get started? And sometimes you don't have time to read through and understand all the discussions in the issues. The Duo Chat can now summarize the discussion for you and give you the basic points, basically the TLDR of the discussions. Now, let's check out some of the deprecations that have been announced in 17.4. First, we've added rate limits to commonly used user, group, or project endpoints. This is to ensure stability and reliability of GitLab instance. If your workload includes a heavy usage of this endpoint, you might want to ensure your application can manage these limits. Other deprecations include the deprecation of the Heroku Builder 22 image. If you're using it in any of your builds, take note of this. And also the replacement of the add-on purchase GraphQL field with add-on purchases. You can always check our deprecation page to get up-to-date information about deprecations and ensure you are prepared for any breaking changes. That will be all for this episode of What's New in GitLab. Links to the features mentioned in this video and other important resources can be found in the description of this video. See you next month for 17.5. Thank you.